had a name like Sunday, soft and slow to say. Met her in a half-lit diner on a half-forgotten day. She stirred her coffee like a prayer, wrote poems in the steam, said I don't stay long anywhere, but I leave behind a dream. She was the kind that never stays, just a page in passing days. Left a note on my guitar case, just her name and not a trace. I still play that melody under skies that won't explain. She had a name like Sunday, now I only know the rain. We danced inside a laundromat to a radio half clear. She told me things I can't forget and laughed like she disappeared. I asked her where she came from. She said a place that's hard to miss, but folks don't stay too long there once they've tasted something like this. She was the kind that never stays, like a hymn that softly strays. Wrote her number on my matchbook, then watched it wash away. And though I found no final line, just her echo in refrain, she had a name like Sunday. Now I only know the rain. Some hearts are made for silence, some for roaring flame. She was somewhere in between, and I was never quite the same. She was the kind that never stays, like dawn that fades in smoky haze. I kept the song, forgot the town, but I still see her when I drown. And though the years don't bring her back, her shadow still remains. She had a name like Sunday, and it falls with every rain. I found it in a drawer beneath some postcards and a winter wreath. A mixtape labeled June in blue, side A for me, side B for you. Your handwriting a little bent, like all the words you never sent. A mixtape left in an old drawer, with voices I don't hear no more. Each track a scar, each pause a breath, a soundtrack stitched with love and death. And though the tape won't always play, the silence still knows what we'd say. That mixtape left in an old drawer still holds the us that came before. Landslide fades into something fine. Your taste in songs was close to mine, but in between the tunes we chose were things we hid and didn't show. Like why you left and where you went, and what that midnight message meant. A mixtape left in an old drawer still spins like time inside a war. lake where nothing's fake and nothing's safe. And though the years have changed the sound, the ghosts in there still hang around. That mixtape left in an old drawer says what our mouths don't anymore. No Spotify, no modern screen, just ribbon dreams and tambourines. And if I press rewind tonight, I might forgive or hold too tight. A mixtape left in an old drawer reminds me who we made it for. And though we never played side B, it sings like you were here with me. A fragile thing, a worn out score, but still it plays, and I want more. I wore that watch since I was 10, passed down from some forgotten friend. It ticked through storms and wedding vows, through coffee cups and late night rows. But sometime past 11:43, it froze while she walked out on me. A watch that stopped the night she left. No reason why, no gears bereft, just hands that chose to hold their place, like time refused to show its face. And though I wound it, begged and shook, it stayed right there like how she looked. A watch that stopped the night she left, still tied around my quiet chest. The second hand won't play along like all the lines in our old song. And though the frame is scratched and worn, it beats more truth than I've ever sworn. I took it in, the man just said, this kind of thing won't fix what's dead. A watch that stopped the night she left, won't march ahead, won't mourn what's next. It's stuck in what I didn't say, between her keys and candlelight gray. And every time I check the time, it just reminds me she was mine. Some clocks are wound, some clocks are made to mark the nights we can't evade. And when they break, it isn't chance, it's fate refusing one more dance. A watch that stopped the night she left still marks the loss I can't accept. It sits in drawers and midnight thoughts, amongst receipts and coffee spots. And though the world has moved ahead, it keeps the hour I last bled. A watch that stopped the night she left still ticks in all I never said. The vacancy sign flickers blue and red. 12 parking spots, one half-lit bed. A coffee pot that don't quite brew, and curtains stained with other truths. The clerk just nods, no questions asked. Another face behind the glass. It's a night in a motel where no one asks your name, where silence feels like part of some old game. The walls are thin, the hours slow, and everything feels long ago. No past to haunt, no plans to claim. Just a night in a motel with no name. The TV hums a preacher's voice. The vending machine gives you no choice. You eat alone beneath the glow of dreams that dim but never go. You call no one calls back. You trace old scars and paper cracks. It's a night in a motel where no one asks your name, where your reflection don't look quite the same. The ice machine is out again and goes smooth through the bathroom fan, the only thing you might reclaim is the ache that brought you here in shame. Some rooms aren't made to feel like home, they're just a pause on roads unknown. The things they meant to never find. It's a night in a motel where no one asks your name, where sorrow hangs like window pane. And though you'll leave at morning's light, you'll carry what you felt that night. No story told, no one to blame. Just a night in a motel in your name. The suitcase sits by the hallway door, same place she dropped the night before. Her coat still folded on the top, as if she left but couldn't stop. No zipper pulled, no wheels to roll, just silence held she said goodbye. Like a breath that never learned to die. All the dresses, all the plans, folded neat by careful hands. She said she'd leave, but not how far. Now her scent still clings like an old guitar. The suitcase still packed, just sitting there, a monument of vacant air. I almost moved it once or twice, but part of me still rolls the dice that she'll come back to claim her things with April rain and wedding rings. But every morning proves me wrong, and every dust just drags too long home. The suitcase still packed after she said goodbye. Like a room that won't admit the sky. The socks still paired, the notes unread, like someone paused and left instead. No goodbye kiss, no taxi sound, just one bag waiting on the ground. The suitcase still packed like it's a prayer for love that left without repair. She left something worth more, a still life framed in cotton thread of what we were and what was said. A suitcase still packed after she said goodbye. Now shadows fold where hopes would lie. I leave it there, I let it be, as if she's still inside of me. And when I pass it late at night, I almost turn on one last light. A suitcase still packed, untouched, untried, like every word I kept inside. There's a clock above my window frame. It's cracked and chipped, but still the same. It doesn't tick from 9 to 5, just hums awake when dreams arrive. It stirs when streetlights start to glow, and moves where sunlight will not go. A clock that only works at night counts the moments out of sight. It ticks in silence, skips the day, wins in things I dare not say. It doesn't chime, it doesn't boast, it haunts the hours I miss the most. A clock that only works at night. Like all the truth I try to hide. I asked a friend to fix its gears. He laughed and said, it runs on years. But I know better, I've seen it spin. When old songs pull the dark within, it beats for ghosts and failed goodbyes, for second thoughts and sleepless skies. A clock that only works at night counts regrets in shadowed light. Each tick a name, each talk a plea, each midnight stroke a part of me. And though it's quiet through the dawn, it waits until my mask is gone. A clock that only works at night still keeps her time, though she's in flight. Some timepieces don't tell the hour, they hold the ache that once held power. And every hand that slowly turns reminds me of the love that burned. A clock that only works at night stays hidden from the world's bright spite. It keeps her laughing seconds lost, measures love not worth the cost. I wind it once, I let it rest against the silence in my chest. A clock that only works at night still knows the heart that beats repressed. I lit it once, back in July, when your coat still hung nearby. I meant to blow it out by fall, but never did, just let it call. Its flame was small, but never died, like all the words I left inside. The candle that stayed lit through every storm and quiet split. No wind could take it from its post. It burned for you, the very most. It wasn't loud, it wasn't grand, just warmth you'd feel but wouldn't plan. The candle that stayed lit outlasted when your shadow quit. I watched it flicker through the news, through songs we loved and unpaid dues, through winter's breath and window frost. It stayed though everything I lost. And even when I left the room, its glow still whispered like perfume. The candle that stayed lit held memory without permit. It wasn't meant to shine that long, but it outlived our favorite song. No match could start what it became. It burned not fire but your name. The candle that stayed lit now lights the space where you once fit. Some loves explode, some loves resign, but this one just refused the line. And while the dark came slow and sure, that flame kept dancing like it knew her. still sits beside the photograph unit. No one's here to trim its wick, but still it burns, quiet and quick. And if you ever do return, you'll find the light that dared to burn, the candle that stayed lit, like me too stubborn to admit. The diner still serves cherry pie, but no one ever wonders why. The jukebox plays the same old song, as if the years don't move along. The school is closed, the paint is peeled, but folks still cheer the empty field. This town has no clocks, no ticking hands, no midnight knocks, no bells to chime, no numbers spun, just shades pulled down against the sun. We rise and sleep, we mend and break, but time here makes no sound to take. This town has no clocks, just hearts that beat in silent blocks. The barber trims the same old hair for men whose minds aren't really there. The preacher prays for winds to shift, but sermons never seem to lift. And I've walked Main Street 50 times, each step a loop, each sigh a rhyme. This town has no clocks, no dates to mark, no wristwatch talks. We measure days and coffee stains, and watch the grass reclaim the lanes. You said you'd leave by someday soon, but never left that rusted spoon. This town has no clocks, just yesterday in every box. I once carved plans into a tree, but even that forgot to be. Now moss has claimed the hands I drew, and still the bark don't point to noon. This town has no clocks, no hourglass, no time that mocks. We sit beneath a setting sky, too slow to live, too calm to die. And if you ask me when I'll go, I'll say I left here long ago. This town has no clocks, but it still knows just how to stop. We follow roads as far they'd been, past wooden signs that had no end, through cornfield skies and desert moons, with hearts like half-forgotten tunes. You said beyond here no one knows, but still we drove where silence grows, where the maps fade out, where no one talks and no one shouts, just wind and fence posts leaning right. No city lines, no motel light. We reached the edge where paper stops and left our names on weathered rocks, where the maps fade out. We learn what life's about. We lost the signal, lost the song, but somehow didn't feel it wrong. Your hand was warm, your eyes were wide, like someone seeing from inside. We slept beneath a cedar tree and woke to birds that spoke like sea, where the maps fade out, no route to trace, no plan reroute. The stars became our only code as morning climbed an unnamed road. No border drawn, no time to spare, just you and me in open air, where the maps fade out. We stop pretending doubt. Most folks stay where roads are short, but some hearts need the vague, the blur. And every love that won't survive still dreams of where it comes alive, where the maps fade out, where trust is more than knowing how, where days aren't measured by a mile, but by the way behind a smile. I never asked if you'd stay true, I just kept walking next to you, where the maps fade out was where I found you. You stopped laughing weeks before the suitcase ever touched the floor. You stopped calling me your light long before our final fight. And though your boots still lined the mat, your soul had slipped, I noticed that. I stayed, you left first, in silence shaped like something cursed. You stood right there, but not the same, a shadow dressed up in my name. I held the frame, you kept the dust. I stayed for love, you stayed for trust, but I stayed, and you left first. A soft departure, unrehearsed. We made the bed, but not the vow. You kissed my cheek, but not somehow the way you did when we were flame. Now every spark avoids my name. I watched you drift while staring still, and called that love by force of will. I stayed, you left first, once conversed. You drank the wine, but not the toast. You walked beside, but not that close. And when the night came cold and slow, I reached for warmth you didn't show. Yes, I stayed, and you left first. That's what absence does at worst. Some people leave by walking out, but you left like a drying shout, like pages fading while still read, like saying home and choosing instead. I stayed, you left first. No slam door, no spoken burst, just drifting breath and backward eyes, and all our truths in small disguise. Now I sleep where you once turned, still feeling all the things you burned. I stayed, you left first, and maybe that's what I deserved. It hung behind the kitchen door, worn at the cuffs, a little torn. I didn't buy it, wasn't new. It smelled like rain and distant you. I think she left it late last fall, or maybe no one came at all. The jacket that wasn't mine, but fit like something by design. It held the shape of someone's grace, a ghost stitched deep in every trace. I wore it once on colder nights and felt her leaving in the lights. The jacket that wasn't mine still held the weight of some goodbye. There's lipstick stain on collar thread, a song tag I had never read. It's not my color, not my size, but still it hides me from the skies. I asked around, but no one knew who left their past in woven blue. The jacket that wasn't mine became my shelter over time. I wore it like a borrowed fate, too warm to leave, too late to wait. And though it's torn, I patch with care, a thing not mine but always there. The jacket that wasn't mine now feels more mine than things I find. We keep what strangers leave behind and make it part of our own kind, like stories found in thrift store sleeves, or names forgotten by the leaves. The jacket that wasn't mine still hangs where time forgot the line between what didn't slam the door that day. No tire scream, no voice to sway. Just quiet steps on wooden floor and air that didn't breathe no more. The lamp stayed on, the clock kept time, but something vanished from the rhyme. No one heard the goodbye, no echo, no tear in the sky. Just the sound of chairs not pulled in space where morning once was full. I looked around but nothing said that love had packed and softly fled. No one heard the goodbye, but it still rings when nights go dry. The mail still came, the dog still barked. The porch light blinked when evenings darked, but your coat stayed behind the door like it might guard the you before. The kettle boiled, the floorboards creaked, but not the words I wish you'd speak. No one heard the goodbye, no phone call, no final sigh. Just a whisper lost in dust in coffee cups we used to trust. I checked for notes, I checked for clues, but all you left was faded shoes. No one heard the goodbye, except the air that watched us die. Some leave with thunder, some with flame, but you withdrew without a name. And all that silence now remains like cold-in curtains after rains. No one heard the goodbye, but I still feel it walking by. Each time I open doors too slow, expecting you but always know it wasn't loud, it wasn't fair. It vanished like a midnight prayer. No one heard the goodbye, but it's the only sound still there. The sheets don't crease the way they used. No pillow leans like once they mused. Your side is cold, the scent is gone, just cotton ghost where dreams held on. I lay the same but somehow still, the bed no longer bends to will. The bed forgot our shape, like sand that smoothed the castle's drape. Like how a song fades in refrain, once sung now lost in window pane. It used to cup where you would curl, but now it's just a stranger's world. The bed forgot our shape, like time erased the place we draped. headboard creaks but not in tune. It used to hum like late June moon. The blanket falls without your side, like silence learning where to hide. And I still reach at 2 a.m., but shadows don't remember them. The bed forgot our shape, no hollow left for hearts to drape. The mattress stiff from too much still, where once we rolled, now no such thrill. I try to dream in spots you knew, but sleep avoids the shape of you. The bed forgot our shape, and in its form I feel escape. Some spaces hold, some slowly fade, like names the morning light betrays. And even softness grows unkind when left too long by love's design. The bed forgot our shape, no curve, no dip, no shared escape. Just linen smooth by weeks alone, and whispers stitched in undertone. I lay beside what once was us, now just a frame collecting dust. The bed forgot our shape, but I still ache where you would drape. Strummed a chord I used to know, from nights when hearts refused to go. And as the notes began to bend, I felt a chill, I called a friend. The air grew thick, the light grew long. I heard her in my quiet song. I heard her in my song, like footsteps echoing too strong, like wind that whispers from the trees but never bows to eyes or pleas. Her name stayed buried in the rhyme, but every note recalled the time I heard her in my song, though she's been gone so long. The chorus hit, that minor turn, the place where old regrets still burn. And in that space between the lines, she filled the room with old designs. Not flesh or face, just tone and hue, somehow more than words could do. I heard her in my song, like shadows humming all night long. The melody we used to play now sings her back in faint decay. The strings remember what I lost, each harmony recounts the cost. I heard her in my song and knew where she belonged. Some say the past is just a trick, but chords can conjure ghosts so quick. And when I play, I don't pretend. It's it's her I hear before the end. I heard her in my song, not wrong, just where she's strong. A harmony she left in me that haunts in every minor key. So when they ask where she is gone, I say she lives in every song. I heard her in my song, and maybe she was never gone. We used to talk till candles died, then sat in stillness, side by side. No need for questions, no replies. The room was full of unsaid whys. But in that hush, your fingers moved, a kind of grace that silence proved, and all that silence understood. The way we hurt, the way we could. It knew our joy, it knew our scars, it kept our secrets safe in jars. No need for vows, no carved out script, just breaths between the love we sipped. All that silence understood, more than our speaking ever could. You'd pour the tea, I'd hum a tune. We'd let the day dissolve too soon. The ticking clock became our verse, a language calm, both gift and curse. And when you wept, you didn't say, but silence held you anyway. And all that silence understood, the pull, the push, the barely good. It hurt our dreams before we spoke, it mended hearts before they broke. We never needed grand declare, just one still gaze, just being there. All that silence understood and stayed when no one else withstood. Now you are gone, the rooms remain, but silence echoes soft with pain. Yet still it knows the shape you left and cradles me in what was kept. And all that silence understood still walks me through this empty wood. No words to song, no song to play, just quiet that won't walk away. It loved us well, it holds me still. The quiet ache, the gentle will, all that silence. The drapes are thin, the glass still clear, but everything has changed in here. The chair still leans the way you sat, your shadow tucked inside your hat. The sun still spills the golden dust, but what it shines on now is rust. The window faced the past, it held the love we thought would last. It framed your smile that lit the dawn, then watched you turn and just be gone. It saw the days we didn't speak, it knows the cracks, it heard the creak. The window faced the past, and now it shows me what won't last. You trace the fog with quiet hands, draw hearts and names in shifting sands. I watched you dream beyond the glass of distant hills and greener grass. But still you stayed until the night you left with neither blame nor fight. The window faced the past, it froze the scenes we lived too fast. The dance we did in morning's light, the silence thick on sleepless nights. It doesn't lie, it doesn't weep, just stares where memories softly sleep. The window faced the past, and now it holds what slipped too fast. Some look out to see the new, I look in and still see you. A frame of pain, a silent vow that keeps me in the here and now. The window faced the past, and through its lens the times recast. The street remains, the sky still blue, but none of it looks back like you. And as I sit where we once laughed, I see the ghost of photographs. The window faced the past, and somehow still it holds us fast. The kettle sings, but not like her. No lilt, no laugh, no whispered stir. She used to hum while boiling tea, now silence sits where she would be. The hallway holds a colder sound since all her vows stopped hanging round. Where her voice used to be is just the hum of memory. No melody to fill the room, no notes to chase away the gloom. I strain to hear a spoken trace, but only stillness takes her place. Where her voice used to be, there's only me and vacancy. She spoke in waves, both soft and wide. Her words would bloom never hide. Now every wall reflects my tone, and echoes prove I live alone. The wind blows through, the floors will creak, but none of them sound quite like speak. Where her voice used to be is just the scrape of fallen key. The radio won't find her song, the birds outside don't sing along. I called her name in last night's dream, but woke to stillness cold and clean. Where her voice used to be is now a hush that shadows me. I read aloud, but it falls flat, like strings without the notes they sat. She gave the house its steady tune. Now night arrives a bit too soon. Where her voice used to be, I pour my words like lost debris, but all the vows collapse mid-air, with no soft voice to meet them there. And though I speak into the light, I'm answered only by the night. Where her voice used to be still aches in every melody. You lit a smoke with shaky hands. I drove us through forgotten lands. The road ahead, the past behind. We didn't speak what crossed our minds. Two shadows riding dusk and fate, with empty maps and heavy weight. We shared the same escape. No plan, no end, no chosen shape. Just miles that blurred our yesterdays, and motel sheets and borrowed haze. We kissed like fugitives from truth, love born of fire, not of proof. We shared the same escape, but not the same way back to safe. The diners knew us by no name. We played our roles inside the flame. I held your hand, neon glow, but never asked where you might go. We weren't in love, we were away from all we couldn't seem to say. We share the same escape, like songs that never found their tape. We clung like branches in the stream, not for the root, but for the dream. Your eyes said stay, your steps said run. By morning you were chasing sun. We shared the same escape, but love was never meant to drape. Maybe hearts we couldn't take no more. We shared the same escape. No vows, no fence, no boundless cape. We burned too bright to leave a trace, just tired tracks and empty space. And though I dream of you some nights, it's not a love but shared mid-flights. We shared the same escape and vanished like vanishing shape. I found the frame behind the chair, still gathering the softened air. Your face was there but dim, not gone, like dreams we lose by waking dawn. The edges bled, the colors waned, like even time had grown ashamed. The picture blurred itself, without a hand, without a shelf. No coffee spill, no Rain Street glass, just love retreating from the past. Your smile once lit the paper skies, now lives in shades my heart denies. The picture blurred itself, as if forgetting was its stealth. Your shoulder touched a younger me, two silhouettes we used to be. I swore I'd guard that silver gleam, but silver tarnished every dream. No fire, no flood, no hand to blame, just slow decay without a name. The picture blurred itself, like whispers folded back to self. No sunlight touched it wrong or wild, it simply faded mile by mile. I stared to force your face to stay, but eyes can't will what time won't wait. The picture blurred itself and took you gently off the shelf. Some say a photo holds us tight, but memory bends away from light. It chooses what the heart can bear and erases what is no longer there. The picture blurred itself, like you walked out in quiet stealth. No creased goodbye, no scribbled line, just ink that chose to not align. And now that frame holds only haze, a ghost of love in gentle grace. The picture blurred itself and left me staring at myself. I was driving down old Highway 9, sun was low, the light was fine. I flipped the dial just out a road, then caught a chord you used to quote. That melody, it knew our names. The chorus sparked forgotten flames. Half a song on the radio took me back too long ago, when you would hum and tap the dash with laughter soft as summer ash. But static cut the final line and left me stranded in that time. Half a song on the radio was all it took to let you show. I pulled aside, let the wheels breathe. As memory curled like fallen leaves, you sang that verse in morning's light, still in my shirt from yesterday's night. It wasn't much, it wasn't planned, but God, you fit just right in hand. Half a song on the radio was more than silence ever showed. It filled the seat you used to claim and whispered pieces of your name. But then it faded soft and slow, like love that doesn't wanna go. Half a song on the radio, and suddenly I missed you so. They say the past don't play rewind, but music cheats the rules of time. One minor key, one lyric low, and you return with all you know. Half a song on the radio, let me feel what I let go. No photo frame, no handwritten line can make. No suitcase dragged across the tile, no door left open for a while, no letter folded on the bed, just empty air where words were said. Her breath still lingered in the sheets, but silence wrapped around her feet. She walked out through the quiet, no thunder, no riot, no final shout to mark the end, just echoes where we used to bend. The coffee brewed, the clock still ticked, but she was gone so clean, so quick. She walked out through the quiet, took the noise we used to riot. The sun rose like it always did, but couldn't find where she had hid. Her cup still waited on the scene, but something deep inside stood still. No creak of floor, no closing gate, just absence filled with subtle weight. She walked out through the quiet, like dusk dissolving diet. No broken frames, no shattered glass, just calm erasing all we passed. I checked the halls, I called her name, but silence echoed back the same. She walked out through the quiet and left the peace, I can't deny it. Some say the loudest ends are clean, but hers was soft and unforeseen. A hush that held the final chord, like closing prayer we can't afford. She walked out through the quiet. No storm, no need to try it, just vanished like the night at dawn. When shadows stretch, then they are gone. And though I breathe, I barely speak. The quiet now is all I seek. She walked out through the quiet, and now it's where I stay. The bulb above the table glowed, like nothing changed, like nothing showed. The pillow bore her quiet trace, but not the warmth, not even face. Her mug was full from yesterday. The light stayed on, she slipped away. The light stayed, but she didn't. The world moved on, but I hadn't. The walls held firm, the clock still ticked, but time grew thick and heart got nicked. No slammed door, no whispered fight, just absence in a pool of light. The light stayed, but she didn't. In silence sang what she had written. The night we fought, it barely flared. She turned away, I mostly stared. We left the lamp on side by side. Then morning came, and so did tide. Her shoes were gone, the keys were too, but nothing else had lost its hue. The light stayed, but she didn't. Her touch dissolved and hoped she'd walk back into view. The light stayed, but she didn't. Like stories cut before they're written. Some endings scream, some endings sting, but hers just didn't do a thing. Just walked right out the breath we shared and left me staring at the glare. The light stayed, but she didn't. I breathe beneath what love once meant. The ceiling hums, the lamp burns through, but nothing shines like she once knew. I sleep beneath that quiet glow, still asking where the warmth. I wrote it down in sleepless nights, with shaky chords and bathroom lights. Each line a breath I couldn't share, each note a thread of silent care. It waited quiet on my tongue, but courage died while we were young. A song I never played for her, just ink and strings and whispered blur. It sat inside my chest too long, afraid she'd hear and prove me wrong. I meant to sing, I swore I would, but silence felt misunderstood. A song I never played for her now echoes where I can't confirm. She knew my voice from drunken tunes, from campfires lost in summer Junes. But not this one, not this refrain that held her name like summer rain. I tuned my heart, I laced the bridge, then left the truth on window's edge. A song I never played for her, like petals trapped in amber blur. She left before the chorus bloomed, and all my verses stayed in tune. Now every chord feels like alive when sung beneath an empty sky. A song I never played for her still waits where time cannot deter. If I had sung it soft and slow, would she have stayed? I'll never know. Some melodies are born too late and held too tight to change the fate. A song I never played for her still haunts these strings I can't differ. It follows me through every room, a silent hymn, a shadowed bloom. And though she'll never hear it play, it's hers in every note I fade. A song I never played for her now sings of all I never were. She stood there near the kitchen light, her shadow soft, her grip not tight. She asked me if the tea was cold, but didn't care enough to hold. Her voice was here, her hands were still, but something left against her will. She was gone before goodbye, before the tears, before the cry, before the door could close or creak, before my mouth found words to speak. She vanished in the way she stared, like looking through me, not quite there. She was gone before goodbye, and I still don't know the reason why. Her suitcase stayed for 2 more days, but none of her had planned to stay. She kissed my cheek like signing out, emotion made devoid of doubt. And though the bed still held her scent, it felt more ghost than resident. She was gone before goodbye, no fireworks, no shattered sky, just absence wrapped in presence thin, like love that folds itself within. I tried to joke, she didn't laugh. The silence split the room in half. She was gone before goodbye, and I just let the moment lie. We think it ends with final words, but endings come as silent birds. They perch for weeks and never sing, then vanish with forgotten wings. She was gone before goodbye, like stars that fade before we try to name the shape they used to burn. Too late to stop, too slow to turn. Now every bite feels hollow-eyed compared to how she slipped inside. She was gone before goodbye, and all I had was just a sigh.